My name is Shelby Fogel, and these are the components that I chose to critique. So the first component I chose was a navigation menu. It's from a design company called Folk, I believe that's how you pronounce it. The reason I picked it is because of its simplicity and ease of use, yet the fact that it's so bright and in your face and really catches your attention. They employ the use of a sans serif font in order to create the idea of simplicity and ease of use, while also adding to the modern look of the site. They also use a custom font for their logo in order to create a sense of brand identity. By bringing this all together, I believe they successfully created a navigation menu that looks modern, catches your attention, and looks easy to use. For my second component, I chose to critique an About section for a product. This company creates square card readers that you can plug into your phone and swipe anyone's credit card to make a purchase. The company created a very simple and easy to read About section. It consists of a white background and black sans serif typeface. This, coupled with friendly looking dark blue images, creates a sense of security and reliability for the company's product. My third component is an About Us section. This About Us is very simple. It shows the user each employee broken up into square images in rows. This creates a simplistic and friendly design, which is exactly what you want when people are looking at your About Us section. When you hover over a person, you are shown the person's name and position, along with links to all of their social media pages. The images that link to these pages are all green circles with white logos in them. This green shows up throughout their site, which adds to the continuity and reliability of the site itself. The next component I reviewed was a call to action. This call to action is trying to sell dog treats. The first thing you notice is the amount of attention it draws to itself because of the bright yellow background and the big bold letters. They use a sans serif font in order to create an easy to read, approachable look. There is also an image of a dog pointing directly to the information, which inherently draws more attention to that information. There's also a picture of the product itself built into the call to action. The packages are the same color as the background color of the call to action, which adds to the idea of the brand identity. Finally, there's a bright orange Purchase Now button clearly at the bottom, almost saying that it knows that you're already sold and you're ready to buy some of their treats. The next component I chose was a Contact Us form. Forms should always be as simple and straightforward as possible, and this form does just that. It has a white background and black sans serif font. Both of these things add to the simplicity and clean look of the form. Some of the text is also green. This is because their brand contains that color of green. This in turn creates a connection back to the company and improves their brand identity. Next, I chose to critique a blog design. Posh CSS is a blog created to deliver news to web designers. The idea behind the design is simplicity and something very easy to read. The background is white while the text is a black sans serif, which is easy to read and friendly. Each post is clearly distinguished through the use of dotted lines. The look of this site is very simple, but it conveys its message well. My next component is a login form. Logging into a site should be simple and straightforward, while also giving you some extra features such as I forgot my password, create a new account, and other things like that. This form does both very well. Through the use of a white background and black sans serif fonts, the form is easily read and approachable. This form also allows the user to recover their username and password and stay logged in. One cool feature is the Show Password checkbox. A lot of people have issues typing their passwords correctly. This checkbox eliminates that issue and is a really nice touch. Next, I chose to critique a Map/Find Us section. Integrating a picture of a map and putting your location on it is something I've been seeing a lot recently, and I feel it's a nice touch to just having the address of a company on your site. This component presents the user with a large, easy-to-read picture of a map with their logo pointing to where they can be found. Below it is a dark gray section with white sans serif fonts, presenting the company's address. This creates an easy to read and approachable look. The overall design of this box below the map is designed that way in order to stand out from the almost all white image of the map and draw attention to itself to let the user know exactly where they can be found. Next, I chose to review a news feed. This is Google Plus's news feed, and I think it does a great job at being one. The purpose of a news feed is to present the user with the latest news from family, friends, or businesses they follow. Through the use of the gray overall background and the white background to distinguish between each post, Google Plus does just that. After only looking at the news feed for a couple of seconds, the user can figure out exactly what is going on with no real issues. They also employ the use of a sans serif font to increase legibility, create a modern look, and make the overall site much more approachable. Finally, I chose to review a footer. In my opinion, a footer should present the user with finishing information that the user doesn't need until they've gone through the website, or information that leads to an external site. This footer is designed exclusively for that. It presents the user with a white background, which is simple and approachable, and adds gray social media icons, also adding to the simplicity of the overall site. The choice of gray makes sense as well because it is the main color throughout the entire website, creating more continuity and approachability.